I'm a digital marketer, so how much salary should I ask in Dubai?
Okay, the salary in Dubai for a digital marketer starts with 10 to 12,000 dirhams a month. If you're wondering, who is this guy talking about digital marketing salaries in Dubai? Hello, my name is Owais Ahmed and I have been working in digital marketing industry for last 9 years. In last 5 to 6 years alone, I have handled and overseen digital media budgets of $100 million. I have helped more than 30,000 students in last 2 years with my best-selling and highest-rated digital marketing courses on Udemy alone. And to qualify for this video, I have hired dozens of people in last 5 years for 3 different digital marketing agencies in Dubai. And I still take part in hiring process in Dubai. I even did a public survey where I asked, how much money do you make as a digital marketer? There were around 10 people from Dubai who filled this form, and even there I see that 4 out of the 8 people make only 4,000 dirhams a month. So I know that these salaries exist. But at the same time, there are 3 people who make more than 12,000 dirhams a month, and it's all public. Now my point is this: if you are among those people who is stuck in the lower end of the salary spectrum in Dubai as a digital marketer, you are an exception, you are an extreme case. My only intention to make this video is to explain why this gap exists and what can you do about it to be among the higher end of the salary spectrum. I genuinely wish we all get there and we achieve the success we deserve. And if you are a digital marketer or you just want to be one, listen to me very, very carefully. Let's first try to understand why there is so much gap in the salaries. See, there are certain countries like Germany or most of the Western Europe where salaries fall within slabs. They are rather standardized. For example, if you are working in Germany and you are a digital marketing manager and you have like 3 years of experience, your salary most probably would be within 55,000 euros a year to 75,000 euros a year. But Dubai works in a very different way. It's a pure capitalist corporate world. It's a huge marketplace. Think of it as a huge value marketplace. You work for a company. The amount of value you provide to that company or the amount of money you help that company to make, proportionately they will decide your salary. So they generally give a chunk of the money as a salary which you are able to make for them. More you can make for them, the more salary you will have. It's as simple as that. And specifically, if I'm working in Dubai and I am stuck in the lower end of the salary spectrum, there can be only 2 cases. Now let's talk about both of these scenarios, and I'll tell you, if I was stuck in each of these scenarios one by one, what will I do to basically jump to the higher end of the salary spectrum? Before we proceed with the video, I want to give a quick shout out to CapCut Online. It's a one-stop content marketing tool. You can choose from hundreds of templates to use, including the Christmas templates to create engaging marketing videos for Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and other social media platforms. For example, if I just want to create a video for my Christmas campaign, all I need to do is register for free, go to the templates, search for Christmas templates, and select one I like. And then all I need to do is add assets, and my Christmas video for my marketing campaigns or for my personal platforms is ready to use. Also, there are tons of magic tools you can use, and personally I like the for business category. For example, the product photo feature could be used for enhancing the presentation of products. You can turn a normal product picture to an amazing and professional looking product photo. Also, for example, the batch edit feature here is particularly handy when you have a series of clips or images that require the same adjustments like a background, etc. This saves a lot of time and ensures consistency across your project. So click on the link in the description below and Christmasify your social media platforms. Now back to our video. Case number 1. I do my best to provide as much value as I can, but even after that, my company decided this is your salary, which means the value I'm able to create for my company, they think this is the salary I deserve. Have you known anyone who got a big break in their career, like a pivotal point which you observed in their career where they grown 3x, 5x in terms of salary, in terms of growth, in terms of designation. And ever wondered, a lot of people go through that pivotal point in their career. Have you ever wondered what brings that point? Is it pure luck? In almost all cases, I tried to understand. Consciously or unconsciously, that person was working on something called skill stacking. Skill stacking is a strategy of combining some normal skills to create a combination of abilities that will make you extraordinarily valuable. For example, as a student, you study maths in your school, which everyone does. Now let's say after school you go to college and you study finance and accounting. Now for a certain industry you became a bit more valuable. Now after that, let's say you go and you become a chartered accountant. But the sequence of learning these skills was important. The maths, the finance and accounting in your college, and then the chartered accountancy. After that, let's say you pursue the skill and you learn the skill of IPOs. How do companies become public and things like that, and boom, you suddenly are eligible to become a chief finance officer in a startup. And this is the pivotal point where you have grown 5x or 10x in terms of the salary and all other things. Now, what does it mean for me? So if I am stuck in such a job, what I will do is I will decide on a skill stack I need to develop within a particular time frame and go after it with all my wit and might. Let me give you some personal examples. I once worked for a company and within 2 years my salary became 3 times. And you know why? Because when I joined that company, I was just another performance marketer in the team. And I was an expert in programmatic advertising, so I would have expected a promotion every 2 years or so and maybe a salary hike. So while I was there, I learned the strategy, I learned media planning in agencies because I had never worked in an agency. And then I worked on some programmatic tools like Oracle Bluekai, which gave me an edge. And at the same time, I knew that there was a huge demand for these kind of tools within big clients in the GCC region. And after I was technically very strong, what I realized is the most important part for agencies is to win businesses. And I started working on my skill of learning the art of winning business pitches. The moment I learned this skill to win businesses with my technical knowledge, I became 3x more valuable for my company. Now let's just say you understood the value of skill stacking and you developed a stack yourself. This leads us to our second scenario, which is, okay, I am underutilized. I am capable of providing a lot of value to the company. It's just I am underutilized. I don't have the platform to exercise and show how much valuable I am. Now, this is quite possible, and you might have seen some people like this as well. Because there's one important thing you have to understand. A company will pay you based on the value you're creating for them and not based on how much you could in a particular scenario. So if you are underutilized, that means the value output you create for the company is less than what you can, and the company will pay you based on what you're creating. Let's say in this scenario, I work for a gym. Let's say they need a media associate who can run a campaign on Google search and social media around 4 kilometers around the gym to get new subscribers to the gym. Now, if the incremental profit of running these marketing campaigns for the gym itself is 20,000 dirhams, I cannot expect them to pay more than 3,000 to me. Now you will ask me, okay, in this scenario, what does a digital marketer do? Now, in an ideal world, the gym needs to go to an agency and ask them, can you handle our account? Can you handle our 2 campaigns? Can you manage our 2 campaigns? And in that particular agency, the person who will manage their campaigns, he will have 10 accounts like them. So the aggregated value he's creating for 10 different clients is 200,000 dirhams. I go ahead to the gym and they get a full-time employee. I accept their offer. And it's not solely their problem, because if they are getting a full-time employee for the same cost which they have to spend with an agency, they will obviously go for it. And they wouldn't care that what is my capability. I will have to use the same strategy for them, which I will use probably for a chain of gym, where my marketing budget and the impact incremental value I could create for that gym chain is maybe 500,000 dirhams a month. The strategy is the same. You know it. After a particular point, no matter how much marketing budget you increase, the strategy is the same. It's just that you increase the daily pacing, the daily budgets of the campaigns. Now, in this case, when I know that, okay, I am underutilized, I cannot blame the company, then I have to take certain steps to come out of this and get what I deserve. And the first thing I have to do is aim higher. I know this is a cliche, but it's so true. Let me tell you a quick story. Once upon a time, there was a wise man. He had a son. And he gave him a watch from his grandfather and told him that, can you go in the market and sell this watch? But the instructions were you have to go to 3 different places. The first one was a watch shop. They offered the boy $10 because they said this is a worn out watch and they probably need to service it and before they can sell it again, and it's an old technology. The second place he went to sell was a pawn shop where they offered him $200 because they said this is an antique watch and with a little bit of servicing they could sell it for a way higher price. And the boy was amazed with the difference in the 2 stores offering him. And then the third place his father instructed him was a museum, a war museum. The moment he went there and the person working there realized that this is a watch that was a limited edition watch given to a particular Air Force section in German army, so they offered him $200,000 for the watch. Now the moral of this story is simple. To understand and to get your true worth, you need to be at the right place and you need to know what is the right place for you. That you would know because you have the skills, you know what's your expertise, and you know where you can make a lot of impact. And no one is going to do that for you. If your company is not paying you what you're worth, go and find a company which does. The second thing I'm going to do is take some uncomfortable decisions. One thing I learned in my life is if nothing is making you uncomfortable and nervous any day of the week, you probably are not growing. If you are in a job and you do everything, you manage everything while you are comfortable, you probably are not growing. There are a lot of graphs that define that. You need to be in a little bit of stress to have your best performance and to grow at the same time. Funny enough, it's a coincidence. Few days ago, I saw one of my connections on LinkedIn. She had posted a very interesting post. Now she asked that, okay, I follow a lot of growth influencers and they say you have to come out of your comfort zone to grow. And for me, the uncomfortable zone is getting up early and going for the job I'm working currently. And at the same time, they say sleep is very important. Sleeping on time is very important. Now, these are 2 contradicting statements in my case. What should I do? What I wanted to reply to her is, in this case, uncomfortable is not just leaving your sleep, leaving your warm bed. Now, in this context, what I understand that coming out of the comfort zone is, oh, I have never worked with a global agency. I don't know how they work with the clients who have multi-million-dollar budgets. Shall I apply for this job? They might ask me for a case study. I might not know some things. Going and applying for that job is the uncomfortable thing. It is applying for an e-commerce giant when you know that your expertise in shopping ads is limited and you don't want to make a fool out of yourself. So just going for that interview for that particular position is coming out of your comfort zone. When your boss tells you someday out of nowhere that today the lead is not present, you will have to present this particular report to this big client, or you will have to present this strategy to the client, and never done that before, saying yes is that uncomfortable thing. And trust me, when you do this every now and then, you do something that makes you uncomfortable now and then, in a particular time frame, you will have become a very solid and fundamental digital marketer, and you would have come a long way across towards your success. I can go on with the examples. It can be going and speaking at different events. It can be being an antisocial person, going to different conferences and talking to people. Because when you do something like this, you already step into a new phase of growth for yourself. Even if you fail in a next stage of your growth, and one day you will pass there as well, but you already stepped in a new phase towards the success. Now at this stage, you might tell me, okay, I have done that. I have the skill stack. I know I'm good at what I do. I have always aimed higher. I have applied for those jobs. I have done all of this, but still I'm stuck at this job. There are certain cases like that. Now, in that case, my friend, you'll have to do use a little bit of marketing for your own personal branding. You simply have to make yourself a brand and make yourself more desirable in the marketplace. Now that leads us to our third and the last section of this video, where I tell you how I think you should do your personal branding and grow connections. Now, one thing I want to highlight here is work connections and acquaintances are very important in the growth of a career. Sometimes knowing someone is as important as being a very skilled digital marketer. They will actually complement each other. And when it comes to personal branding regarding growing in career, I think the most efficient tool is LinkedIn. If I was in this scenario, I would utilize LinkedIn in every possible way. For example, if I'm a programmatic ads expert, I will post continuously about programmatic advertising on LinkedIn. This helps in a lot of ways. Number one, if a recruiter or talent acquisition is looking for a programmatic specialist, manager, director, whatever, my profile will be on top because I engage and post about programmatic advertising as a topic. I personally got one of the biggest freelancing project I have ever done in my career. I got it from LinkedIn. There was an agency owner who approached me and she told me that I know you from this MENA Search Awards event, and now on LinkedIn keeps suggesting your profile to me. And I was like, okay, we needed a person who has experience in setting up agency teams. So you're the first person that came to my mind, and that's what I want to talk about. And I got that project. The second idea I would say is attend conferences and webinars. Now, there are a lot of webinars arranged by Google, Facebook, and maybe if you're an expert in digital marketing for real estate clients, go to real estate webinars and go to real estate conferences. It helps in a lot of ways. One, literally some people I know, not everyone shares valuable things there. Sometimes you don't see anything groundbreaking there. But sometimes you'll get a lot of value where people will be talking what are the challenges in digital marketing in real estate market now. They literally will be giving their recipes, their secret recipes to you, and people will be talking about challenges. You'll be aware about the market. You will have that understanding. And at the same time, you will meet a lot of new people. I know people who I met in conferences and then later I extended a job offer to them, or I got a job offer for someone I met in conference, then we connected on LinkedIn, and they came to know about what exactly I do and all. And sometimes they reach out, okay, is this something you're looking for? Now imagine this. Let's say you are a real estate marketer and you are an expert in what you do. You go to a real estate conference and you meet an owner of a real estate company or an agency or a manager, senior manager of a big real estate company, and you add them on LinkedIn. They keep seeing your posts, what you have done for other clients, and get an idea. The moment they need someone expert in real estate marketing, the first person that's going to come in their mind is you. It happens a lot of times. You just need to try everything. You cannot just follow one of them and say, okay, I will have a success rate within 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, or whatever. You need to keep doing all of this, and they give you a lot of long-term returns. So stop worrying about all this being stuck in this low-end spectrum of the salary. Go and conquer the world. Plan something. And you can also watch this video where I tell you how digital marketing can get you anything you want. And that's all for this video. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next one.